Morning everyone, this is our 10th Lent Reflection. It's rather a long reading today, so bear with me. It's Luke 15, 11 to 32, the parable of the prodigal son. To illustrate the point further, Jesus then told them this story. A man had two sons. The younger son told his father, "I want my share of your estate now before you die." So his father agreed to divide his wealth between his sons. A few days later, the younger son packed all his belongings and moved to a distant land. And there he wasted all his money in wild living. About the time his money ran out, a great famine swept over the land, and he began to starve. He persuaded a local farmer to hire him, and the man sent him into his fields to feed the pigs. The young man became so hungry that even the pods he was feeding the pigs looked good to him, but no one gave him anything. When he finally came to his senses, he said to himself, "At home even the hired servants have enough food to spare, and here I am dying of hunger. I'll go home to my father and say, 'Father, I've sinned both against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son. Please take me on as a hired servant.'" So he returned home to his father, and while he was still a long way off, the father saw him coming. Filled with love and compassion, he ran to his son, embraced him and kissed him. His son said to him, "Father, I've sinned both against heaven and against you. I'm no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his servants, "Quick, bring the finest robe in the house and put it on him. Get a ring for his finger and sandals for his feet, and kill the calf that we've been fattening. We must celebrate with a feast, for this son of mine was dead and is now returned to life. He was lost, but now is found." And so the party began. Meanwhile, the older son was in the fields working. When he returned home, he heard music and dancing in the house, and he asked one of the servants what was going on. "Your brother is back," he was told, "and your father has killed the fatted calf. We're celebrating because of his safe return." The older brother was angry and wouldn't go in. His father came out and begged him, but he replied, "All these years I have slaved for you, and never once refused to do a single thing you told me. And in all that time you never gave me even one young goat for a feast with my friends. Yet when this son of yours comes back, after squandering your money on prostitutes, you celebrate by killing the fattened calf." His father said to him, "Look, dear son, you have always stayed by me, and of everything I have is yours. We had to celebrate this happy day, for your brother was dead and has come back to life. He was lost, but now is found." A lost sheep, a lost coin, and now a lost son. Henry Nouwen writes movingly about his first encounter with Rembrandt's painting, The Return of the Prodigal Son, in a book subtitled The Story of Homecoming. Nouwen was at a moment of his life when he felt bone tired and alone. He saw a reproduction of this painting, a poster printed to a door. What spoke of him was its tenderness. The son has returned, filthy, broken, without any of the wealth the father had given him. Yet there is no lecture from the father, no reluctance to receive and embrace the son. There is just tenderness, acceptance, and love. When we come to God, our loving parent and friend, we may be aware of our own poverty and emptiness, yet God receives us with love and open arms, with tenderness. We are welcomed home. Loving God, thank you that you look for us and that you find us and you welcome us into your family. Thank you that you received us with open arms. The action to remind us. To this week, take time to read one of the Synoptic Gospels, Matthew, Mark or Luke, and reflect on the love that Jesus shows there. You might like to use a journal or notebook to record your observations.